Good morning, children. Today is our another chapter of NCERT that is called magnetism. Magnetism, NCERT chapter number 5. Some of the ideas of magnetism that we have already learned in 10th class. So just we rememorize here some of the concept. First one is, what do you mean by magnetism? The phenomenon of attracting the substances, the phenomenon that attracting the substances, like iron, cobalt is called magnetism. Or I mean to say, a body possessing the property of magnetism is called magnet. Is it clear? So this we have learned in 10th class. Now in market a lot of magnets are available. Those are called artificial magnets. Artificial magnet, the permanent artificial magnets are made up of some metals and alloys. They are made up of metals or alloys like this, like carbon, steel. So there are different shapes which are available in the market. One of the popular magnet which are available in the market is called bar magnet. Another type of magnet, that is a U-shaped magnet. Both the type of magnets are available in our laboratory also. Every magnet have two poles, north pole and south pole here. So these are called artificial magnet. Now, dear children, what are the properties of bar magnet? Properties of bar magnet. Properties of bar magnet, in which first property is attractive property. First one is attractive property. When a magnet is dipped into iron filling, suppose here is a magnet and you take an iron filling and dip into the iron filling, what is found that the concentration of iron filling is near the end of the bar magnet, like this here, in this manner. Here the iron fillings are concentrated like this, that is the attracting power of the magnet is maximum at the two ends, that is the north pole and south pole. You can say here, this is the near the ends, or iron fillings is minimum at the center. So I can say at the end of the bar magnet the magnetic field strength is maximum. So the places in a magnet where the attracting power is maximum are called poles. So these 2 points are called poles of the bar magnet. While the places of minimum attracting power, here this region is called neutral region. This region is called neutral region, where the magnetic field is weak. Now, so dear children, you can see and draw this figure. Now, second property is, what is the directive property? Directive property, and we can say north-south poles. When magnet is suspended, its length becomes parallel to the north and south direction. Suppose here is a magnet, so it will be suspended like this along north and south direction. Here I can say here is the north and here is the south. So when the magnet is suspended, its length becomes parallel to the north and south direction. Draw this diagram easily. Or I can draw the diagram something like this. Suppose here is a thread and here is a magnet. So here is the north pole, here is the south pole, and this pole is called a geographical north pole. This pole is called geographical north pole, geographical south pole, and here is called geographical north pole. Is it clear? This bar magnet can be represented by even A, B also. And dear children, if you want to see the perpendicular plane to this magnet, here I can say like this, here. This is the plane. This PQ represent a vertical plane PQ passing through the north and south line of a freely suspended magnet is called magnetic meridian. Is called magnetic meridian. We can write the definition here. Write down a vertical plane PQ passing through a vertical plane PQ passing through NS line of a freely suspended magnet. NS line of a freely suspended magnet is called magnetic meridian. So dear children, we can see with this diagram. This line you are seeing here, x dash, it is called magnetic axis. It is called magnetic axis. So draw this figure. So write down the definition of magnetic axis. The line joining the two poles of a magnet. The line joining of the two poles of a magnet. Two poles of a magnet. We can see like this. And the vertical plane passing through the axis of a freely suspended magnet is called magnetic meridian. Now, what do you mean by magnetic length? Dear children, here is our bar magnet. Suppose it is the north pole and it is the south pole. The actual length is little bit greater than both the two poles of the magnet. The distance in between both the two poles of the magnet is 2L, while that of the actual length is capital L. So we can see here 2L is little bit of less than that of actual length. So magnetic length is the distance between the two poles along the axis of a magnet. This is called effective length. This is called effective length. Or we can say a magnetic length. Is it clear? Draw this figure. Then you can see as poles are not exactly at the ends. Poles are not exactly at the ends. These are the end points. So the effective length is lesser than the actual length. This is actual length. That's why I can say 2L is less than to that of capital L. Now, One more property, poles exist in pairs. Poles exist in pair. In magnet, the two poles are found to be, here are the two poles. The two poles are found to be equal in strength and opposite in nature. दोनों की strength same होती है. If we piece it, suppose if we cut it down in two pieces, again we are getting the magnet like this here. If a pieces, each pieces becomes a magnet with the two equal and opposite poles. So this shows that monopole is not possible. This shows that monopole is not possible because the two poles of an equal strength exist together. जो भी मैग्नेट होती है उसके दो पोल होंगे और दोनों की पोल स्ट्रेंथ सेम रहेगी. That's why we can say pole exist in pair, monopole is not possible. Now, one more important, say point number 6, that is the repulsion is the sure test of magnetism. Is the sure test of magnetism. Repulsion is the sure test of magnetism. How it is? Suppose we have a two identical pieces. Suppose this is the iron and here is a magnet. Suppose we are having the two identical pieces, one is iron and other is bar magnet. How I distinguish which is that? Which is a bar magnet or which is a iron? So we take another bar magnet. We take another bar magnet. Suppose like this. This bar magnet attract the iron either from its end also or its end also. It will attract. So I mean to say that when we take another bar magnet attract the iron and also one end of the bar magnet. अगर ये साउथ पोल इसके पास ले जाओगे तो that will attract. It is clear? But अगर नॉर्थ पोल इसके पास में ले जाओगे, सपोज साउथ पोल ले जाओगे तो that will attract. अगर साउथ पोल इसके पास में ले जाओगे like this तो that will repel. तो आयरन के तो दोनों एंड को ये अट्रैक्ट करेगा, while that of in a bar magnet ये वन एंड को रिपेल करेगा. You can see here. So one end of the bar magnet, which is opposite pole of the magnet, so I can say, however, one end of the bar magnet repels only like poles of the given magnet. So I can say repulsion is the sure test of magnetism. आयरन को तो वो दोनों एंड पर अट्रैक्ट करने वाला है, लेकिन बार मैग्नेट को वन एंड पर ही अट्रैक्ट करेगा और अदर एंड पर रिपेल करेगा. So once we have two identical pieces of iron and magnet, so we can see easily the repulsion is the sure test of the magnetism. Is it clear? So hence you may write, लिखिए repulsion occurs between, write down repulsion occurs between testing bar magnet and one of the two given pieces that must be a magnet. So hence repulsion occurs between the testing bar magnet and one of the two given pieces. इन दोनों में से एक में होगा, इसमें नहीं होगा. One of the two given pieces, that piece must be a magnet. So here the repulsion occurs only. Is that clear? So immediately you can identify that this is a bar magnet. What is magnetic induction? What is magnetic induction? Here I can say, children, suppose you have a bar magnet. Suppose this is the bar magnet and you take some alpins. What do you see? It will something like this. The alpine का ये end attract होगा So that will supposed to be south pole and this is north pole. Similarly here like this. Similarly here like this. So I can say south, north, south, north, south, north. So here it is the north pole and this alpine creates here a south pole. This is called magnetic induction. So magnet attracts certain other substances through the phenomenon of magnetic induction. So it happens only due to magnetic induction. That is by inducing opposite poles, in a magnetic material. In a magnetic material. And one more property I can say that what is demagnetization? What is demagnetization? A magnet get demagnetization, or I can say losses is magnetic property. How it is? How it will lose? So losses is power of attraction if it is heated, या तो उसको गर्म करें और by हैमरिंग करें उसको, और AC is passed through a wire wound over it for a long time, so it will get demagnetized. It is clear? So this is the now children, now we'll see Coulomb's law of magnetism. Coulomb's law of magnetism. Earlier in our chapter electrostatics, we have seen Coulomb's law of electrostatics. Here we are going to see the Coulomb's law of magnetism. Coulomb is a scientist name. If the two magnetic poles of strength, suppose here is the magnet of pole strength M1 and M2 respectively, they are kept at a distance r apart. Suppose here is the distance in between the two poles, that is r. Then the force of attraction or repulsion between the two poles is directly proportional to the product of their pole strength, that is F is proportional to M1 into M2. And the force of attraction or repulsion is inversely proportional to the square of its distance, that is 1 by r square. When we combine these two, so I can write here F is proportional to M1 M2 by r square. And the constant of proportionality I can write here, that is mu naught upon 4 pi, that is M1 M2 by r square. Mu naught upon 4 pi, here it is a constant, that is equal to 10 raised to the power minus 7 Weber per ampere per meter. So this is called Coulomb's law of magnetism. Now, what do we mean by magnetic flux density? What is magnetic flux density? Magnetic flux density. Here, suppose here is a north pole of a magnet, say of a pole strength M, and nearby of it, say at a point P, the strength of here is plus 1 only, the distance in between is R. The force experienced by a unit north pole when placed in a magnetic field, it is placed in a magnetic field and the value here is unit. So the force experienced by a unit north pole, force experienced by a unit north pole, when placed in a magnetic field, is called magnetic flux density, or magnetic field intensity. At that point I can write B is equal to F by M. Here the value of here is 1, so I can write with the help of our Coulomb's law of magnetism, mu naught upon 4 pi M1 M2 by R square, where you kept M1 is equal to M and M2 is equal to 1, so I can write mu naught upon 4 pi into M by R square. This is the result. So this is F is equal to this B is equal to this one. If you want to find out pole strength, what do we mean by pole strength? So in our Coulomb's law of magnetism, I can write F is equal to mu naught upon 4 pi, that is M1 M2 divided by R square. Suppose the pole strength here is M1 is equal to M2. जो हमारी pole strength है, that is equal to M. The distance in between the two poles is 1 meter, and the force here would be only 10 raised to power minus 7. This is 1, and this is M1 and M2 is equal to M. So I can write here, when the force is 10 raised to power minus 7 Newton, then I can say 10 raised to power minus 7 is equal to 10 raised to power minus 7 into M divided by the distance is 1 meter square. If I suppose that force is this one, so I can say M square is equal to 1. So M is equal to plus minus 1. That is ampere into meter. So what do you mean by pole strength here? So dear children, listen me. The strength of magnetic pole is said to be 1 ampere into meter. If it repels an equal and a similar pole with a force of 10 raised to the power minus 7 Newton, इतना force अगर लगेगा when placed in a vacuum at a distance of 1 meter apart. Is it clear? That pole strength is equal to 1 ampere into meter when the force is 10 raised to the power minus 7 meter. Then I want to explain here what do we mean by magnetic field lines. So magnetic field lines here. We know magnetic field. What do you mean by magnetic field first? Magnetic field is a space around a magnet. Suppose this is a magnet. The magnetic field is a space around a magnet up to which the magnetic effect can be felt. The magnetic field is a space around a magnet or the space around a conductor carrying a current. Suppose this is a space here in which the force of attraction or repulsion on a magnet can be felt. Suppose here is a magnet. तो अप टू विच डिस्टेंस यहां तक जहां तक मैग्नेटिक इफेक्ट देखा जा सकता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड मैग्नेटिक इफेक्ट, दैट इज कॉल्ड मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. सो अकॉर्डिंग टू द फेराडे, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड line is an imaginary curve. Suppose it is something like this here. The magnetic field lines is an imaginary curve, and if I draw a tangent of a magnetic field line, suppose like this, here is a tangent. If I draw a tangent here, that will give us the direction of magnetic field at that point. So कुल मिलाकर के what I want to say, magnetic field lines is an imaginary curve. Magnetic field lines is an imaginary curve. Is an imaginary curve, the tangent to which at any point the tangent to which at any point gives, कोई भी आपकी अगर मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइन है और आपने टेंजेंट ड्रॉ किया लाइक दिस, the tangent to which at any point gives us the direction of magnetic field, gives the direction of magnetic field. Is it clear? The direction of magnetic field, say B, it is a vector quantity at that point. So the tangent here, say this is a point P and here is a point A. So PA gives the direction of magnetic field. Okay, so what are the properties of magnetic field lines? If I draw a magnetic field lines of a bar magnet, for that I can use a magnetic needle. Here is a magnet. Suppose here is a magnet. And in that magnet, suppose this is the north pole and here is the south pole. You take a magnetic needle, say like this. Here is the south pole of the magnetic needle, the north pole. Then the magnetic needle will go like this. So magnetic field lines starts from the north point and ends to the south point like this. Here. In this manner. Here even I can say like this, it is going away. Similarly here like this. So what we are observing? The magnetic field lines outside the bar magnet, it is going from north to south, and while inside the bar magnet, it is something like this. South pole to north pole. Here. So magnetic field lines due to a bar magnet, this type of curve will be there. And if you draw a tangent at any point of that magnetic field line, that gives the direction of magnetic field lines. That is that. The magnetic field lines of a magnet forms a closed continuous curve. The first property, write down. The properties of magnetic field lines, it is a closed and continuous curve. And continuous curve. Like this, it starts from the north point and ends at the south point. Now, outside the body of the magnet, the direction of magnetic field lines is from north pole to the south point. Second, outside the bar magnet, the magnetic field lines is from north to south in this manner. Near the end, here and here, the magnetic field lines are very close to each other. तो ये कहलाता है crowded magnetic field lines. The crowded magnetic field lines means at that point where the magnetic field lines are very close, where the magnetic field is more. I can say the crowded magnetic lines represent a strong magnetic field here. A strong magnetic field at the end. Here I can say a strong magnetic field. Where the crowded magnetic lines represent, write down the point number 3, crowded magnetic lines. crowded magnetic lines represent strong magnetic field. Represents strong magnetic field, and a distant line, जैसे जैसे हम दूर जाएंगे, like this here, and a distant magnetic lines represents a weak magnetic field. Weak magnetic field. This is a point number 3rd. 4th one, and very important, you can see all magnetic field lines are separate from each other. So magnetic field lines can't intersect each other. 4th and very very important point for 1 mark question in CBSE examination. Write down that no two magnetic field lines intersect each other. कोई भी मैग्नेटिक फील्ड लाइंस आपस में एक दूसरे को काटेगी नहीं. दिस इज बिकॉज एट द पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन, सपोज मैं इसका आंसर रिवर्स में दे रहा हूं, सपोज इट कट्स लाइक दिस हियर, सपोज इट कट्स एट द पॉइंट ऑफ इंटरसेक्शन, से एट a point P. If I draw a tangent, see like this, one here and yet here, say this is PA and this is PB. So at the one point, at the one cutting point, at one intersect point, we are getting two direction. So at a single point, we are getting two direction of magnetic field lines. That is not possible. That is not possible. So if we draw the tangent, two tangents are there, PA and PB of the magnetic lines. So it means that the direction of magnetic field at the same point is 2. That is not possible. That we have also learned in 10th class. It's very important. Write down in your fair notes. Now, so these are the important properties you have to write in your fair notes. Then one more important thing which I want to share with you, that is what do you mean by magnetic dipole? What is magnetic dipole? Magnetic dipole consists of two unlike poles of equal strength and separated by a small distance, Here we can say, suppose here it is our north pole, here is our south pole. The pole strength of each pole is say m. The distance between them is 2l. So write down. So here is the pole strength, we can say. Magnetic dipole. Then what do we mean by magnetic dipole moment? The magnetic dipole moment is the product of the strength of either pole, either pole, that is m, and the magnetic length 2l, m into 2l. This is called magnetic dipole moment. This is called magnetic dipole moment. Is it clear, children? That is, the unit here is ampere into meter square. Ampere into meter square. It is a vector quantity. It is directed from south pole to the north pole, here like this. So this is all about today's. Okay, we'll continue later on.